Hello everyone, I hope you guys are doing well. Thanks for tuning into your reading. Alright, so I had done a reading about who your soulmate is. That's uploaded on my channel. And I said in that reading that I would make it a series where we asked additional messages about that person. So today we're going to ask, how did or will you meet? Okay, so if you are new to the channel and you didn't watch the first video, you can go back and watch that if you want to. Otherwise, you can treat this as a completely different and new reading. It's up to you. Okay, you can choose from the thumbnail, timestamps, intuition, or you can do pyrite for group 1, gold for group 2, and red jasper for group 3. So pause the video if you need more time to pick, and we're going to get started with group 1. All right, welcome group 1. So if you chose pyrite, this reading is for you. And if you watched the previous reading, you would know that you chose the tree charm in that reading. Okay, so we talked all about that person in that reading. Now we're going to talk about how did or will you meet. So we're leaving it open that perhaps you already know this person, but you don't have to. So let's go ahead and just pull a couple cards, and I really do intend that this isn't as long of a reading. Well, first of all, I don't imagine that it would need to be very long, just based on the context. We're not doing a whole deep dive into somebody's personality like we did in the previous reading or anything like that. So let's just get started. So for my group 1s, how will they meet? How will they meet their soulmate that we described in the previous reading? The person was quite interesting, in fact, right? Yeah. I mean, all of them were pretty interesting. But, and group 1's person was no exception. So, but regardless if they watched that last reading or not, just tell us how my group 1s, those watching the reading, will meet their soulmate. Well, one of them, right? Because we have a lot of them. But to stick to the theme, their soulmate. How will they meet their soulmate? For those who are watching group 1. I knew that double card wanted to come out. This could be somebody that you consider your twin flame, your soulmate, or higher level soulmate. Could be. Or you could have some of those challenges that we associate with the twin flame relationship. That would explain the devil's presence here. Wow, look at this, intense. Somebody could be an 8-life path, a 6-life path, and somebody could be a Capricorn and a Cancer, so opposites in that way. Somebody an air sign as well, have that strong in the chart. Now I'm saying this because people like to hear it. Also, it talks about the energy, gives additional clues. There's definitely conflict, but that makes sense. The higher level relationship, higher level soulmate vibe that we're getting here, because conflict leads to growth, and that's kind of like the purpose of conflict or contrast in this life, in this earthly realm, to initiate or trigger growth in one another here. We do see maybe somebody is really obsessed with work. Okay. Somebody is just doing something to excess here with that devil energy. We saw in the first part of the reading that likely the soulmate that came through was struggling with insecurity and was perhaps overcompensating for that insecurity. That could explain some of this energy as well. It can make somebody feel bound up, anxious, immobilized, unable to move forward, unable to take action, too like trapped in their head. But the question is, like, we're looking for clues on how you will meet this person or not, okay? Or rather, how will you meet this person if you have not met them already? So honestly, I get a variety of people who watch the channel and a variety of clients who come for readings, so it wouldn't be too far out to say that for some of you, you could be meeting this person while they or yourself are incarcerated. If not technically like incarcerated, then immobilized in some way, perhaps due to life circumstances, anxiety, depression, or health issues is what I'm getting. So maybe in a hospital or healing environment as well. And just the sense of like powerlessness speaks to that. This also feels like just feeling trapped and restricted by the circumstances. Okay? So maybe you're not communicating with each other directly or face to face, or there's something that's getting in the way of the communication. So it's interesting that you would connect or meet. So it does feel like the first couple of things that I said, those two scenarios. Somebody is really, so this is we're talking about like, when will you be meeting this person, or what will the situation be like around you or this person, versus how you will meet them, which is fine because we have to go with whatever the cards are telling us, as opposed to trying to force them to tell us whatever that we want to hear. Because like I always say, readings are meant to provide clarity and guidance, and the focus will be on your best interest, even if it's not what you expect, right? So we can set the intention that I want to know about this X, Y, and Z. Well, we're going to have to make the best of what actually comes out for us. And so it feels more like, I was saying, more like what's going to be happening when you meet this person. And it feels like some sort of entrapment is happening here. Somebody feeling like they can't move, they can't perhaps even speak. I do think that there is an ability to speak, and there will be conversation about what one is going through that is causing this sense of feeling hemmed in or restricted or trapped. Okay? So it might be something that you have in common. Might be the icebreaker, I guess you could say. For some of you, this could even be meeting at like an AA meeting, or what do you call it? Like in addiction recovery or rehabilitation of some kind. It could be physical rehabilitation. It doesn't have to be like related to intoxicants or drugs or alcohol, but it can be. So I was not expecting this here. Okay, I was not expecting this. So if this is not resonating, you don't have to accept it. Just maybe you chose the wrong group. Feel free to choose a different group. Otherwise, stick around, because maybe there will be something as we continue that will resonate. But it's not going to be a terribly long reading anyway. So I'm just going to go ahead and let you know what's coming through. There's some sort of unhealthy attachment or materialistic tendencies coming through here. And it could be that I'm also getting the scenario of somebody that is not being acknowledged for their contributions in maybe a work or school setting. And, a higher up or a boss figure trying to take advantage of that. And your person, commiserating with you on that, or you commiserating with them on that, and kind of relating and exchanging information about how restricted or hemmed in you feel, kind of thing. So in this way, you want to steer away from it becoming an unhealthy sort of relationship, but this is an energy of there being barriers to personal growth and personal happiness, and just kind of like a sense of codependency here. So one or both of you could be in an unhealthy codependent relationship with someone with addictions, or having that yourself, and or dealing with like an unhealthy power dynamic, unethical practices, a stressful work environment that takes a toll on you, something that's just not aligning with one or both of your values. So I'm going to do something else, because I just want to get one more card on you know, where you're likely to meet this person, or, you know, to try to answer that question, if we can, a little bit more directly. But again, it's just kind of up to the cards. They're kind of talking about instead like more of what's happening at the time you meet this person. You've got introspection. So you're both being, I feel like you are being divinely guided towards one another. And it's a result of hardships that you have been through that have led you down a different path. And it does have this energy of healing because the Hermit is like the doctor of the deck. The doctor of the deck. So again, it does have that element of being in some sort of healing environment when you meet this person. Okay, so we really can't kind of get away from that narrative. I do feel that, you know, it's going to be that sense, of course, this is somebody that is your soulmate or a soulmate. So there is going to be that sense of like you were meant to meet one another, and you probably feel like you have signs about that, right? That it just feels like you're meant to be together. But if you sort of subscribe to that energy of like a twin flame dynamic, we know how complicated those dynamics can be, and lots of karma from past lives and other things that need to be played out. Then we're kind of seeing this happen here with this energy. But to stick to, you know, the question, like how will you meet them, it feels like you will be in a period of your time in your life when you are soul searching, when you are healing, when you've gained solitude, being very single here. Like you're very single here. So it's not like you're in a relationship, or if you are, it's an unhealthy relationship. If they are, it's an unhealthy relationship. And maybe that's something that you kind of, like I said, you guys talk about, or you commiserate about, or that you understand about each other, that you have in common. So, so to sum up, basically, there's a version of this, you know, when you're meeting one another where it feels like one or both of you is restricted, either physically restricted, mentally restricted, or both, that you're dealing with obsessive, unhealthy people, situations, or tendencies within yourselves, and you are seeking or working in a realm of healing and helping others, including and first and foremost yourself. So discovering yourself, pursuing inner wisdom. You're pursuing inner wisdom now by watching this reading. So it could be, you know, that you have already met this person, or that you'll meet this person soon, because that's what the Hermit talks about. You know, focusing on your inner self, you know, reflecting on your experiences, contemplating your life journey, you know, seeking inner wisdom, seeking personal growth. So if you already know this person, it feels like it's a time of personal growth. And coming to a deeper understanding and reflecting. So how will you meet this person? You'll meet this person when you're alone, when you're healing, and when you're focused on yourself. So there's no kind of skipping over that, is there? Putting those demons to rest. Freeing yourself from restrictions. If you, honest to God, don't feel like that's you, then okay, apply it to, you know, your soulmate. That's something that you're going to notice about them, and maybe even be helping them with, you know, when you meet them. And that's how you'll know. That's what I've got for you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you. That's really all I'm picking up there. I told you it was going to be shorter reading, and I meant it this time. It's a miracle. Yeah, you know, you can stick around for group 2 if you feel guided to. Otherwise, thanks for tuning in. If you'd like a private reading, it's $1 for 5 minutes on Keen. Down below is the link. And if you'd like a private video reading from me, that's also linked down below. And I'll talk to you guys next time. All right, group 2, thank you for tuning into your reading. So, if you chose this gold here, this is the reading for you. We're going to look at how you will meet your person, okay? So we'll see what Spirit will share with us, or what the cards want to tell us about how you will meet this person, and see what we can get from it. How will group 2 meet their soulmate? So we had a soulmate identified in the first part. That's on my channel, so check it out if you haven't already. But even if you haven't, like I said, this can still be the reading for you. And we did see, I think, group 2, if I recall, in that previous reading, your soulmate was, just came across as sweet and ambitious. And I think they were good looking and wealthy as well, if I recall, if that's the right group. Yeah, they did come out as the Page of Pentacles, possible earth sign, or younger, or looks younger. Somebody's going to look younger well into old age. I know that this is wobbling a lot. I just noticed the camera. Sorry, guys. Thanks for bearing with me. But let's get started. Tell us when, or rather how, tell us how group 2 will meet their soulmate if they haven't met them already. We got Temperance. That's too many. Perhaps a situation where you are peacekeeping, or there is a need for balance, maturity, figuring things out, due to there being maybe some arguments, or even some playful fighting, or sports. Could be like a sporting event. Somebody could be a teacher at like a sporting event, or little leagues, or a coach. So I'm getting, for some of you, it's a general reading. So different messages for different folks. But tell us how the majority of those watching group 2 is going to meet their soulmate. How is that likely to happen? I'm getting some work vibes here, something mysterious, and it does feel highly fated when you meet this person, because we've got 2 major arcana cards here. And so then it does feel highly fated in that regard. So when we see the Temperance, we know that it's a situation where people are speaking deeply about things. Because the Temperance does indicate intimacy, closeness. So it could be while having a conversation with a close friend. It could be, interestingly, while you're coming from your therapist, or, you know, maybe even dealing with a therapist. It's not so far out, because I did have a client like that who had sort of this Florence Nightingale type relationship, where they, you know, began to develop feelings for a therapist. But it doesn't have to be. Also, the Temperance is about healing too. Okay. So, we can look at the obviouses here, like what can we see from the cards? Being outdoors. And we see kind of like, I think that's the volcano supposedly erupting in the background on the Temperance card. But to me, it always looks like a sun rising or setting. We're going to go with setting, because then we have the nighttime here. So maybe any time that you would be outside, you know, at dusk, might be something that you would, where you would meet this person. So if that would be like at, you know, a festival, or as simple as, because I did say that there was like other people around, an outdoor event of some kind, a concert, a sporting event, and or just as simple as like a quiet walk in the park here, because this is a serene energy. I am drawn to water. There's water in both of these, so it could be near a fountain, a lake, a stream, and she does have cups in her hands, so it could be like at a restaurant or a bar or someplace that serves drinks where there is a fountain or water, and maybe it's out on the patio, right? You could meet somebody in such a scenario like that. You could meet this person. I'm getting like there is a server around, so it does feel like there are waiters or waitresses around for a lot of you when you meet this person, and how you will meet this person. Maybe you are serving this person a drink. I'm getting this picture of Tula from My Big Fat Greek Wedding, and she's working in her family's restaurant, and I forget his name. That he comes in, Ian Miller. Ian comes in and he has a seat with his coworker, and she's standing there, and that's how they first lay eyes on each other. It wasn't a momentous event. In fact, I think she even did or said something awkward that she felt really ashamed of, but he thought was really charming and funny, and that they talked about later on, you know. And so once they got to know each other better at a different time. So it's likely that you know this person, but you guys kind of met in passing, or it didn't go that well, or that's how it starts. It does feel like somebody here is needing to again kind of mediate or keep the peace, and there does appear to be like some problems here with the moon energy, some things that need to be changed. So I'm even getting like a bouncer scenario, or somebody, a friend that steps up and like helps to mediate a situation, to keep the peace or to calm somebody's fears, even to guide somebody, maybe walk them to their car or some scenario, right? So we're pulling these different elements to kind of deduce and use clues as to, you know, how you're likely to meet this person. So it's not as cut and dry as you know, I would like, or anything like that, but it is what it is, because these are both, you know, very amorphous, kind of mysterious kind of cards, especially the moon card. So it could be saying, you know, that how you're meant to meet this person, or how you will meet them, is meant to be, you know, something of a mystery. And it's a mysterious card, and that often means that in love readings, especially when it comes out on the outcome. So it could be saying that here too. Okay, let's see what else. I do feel like something is happening here where I do get this vibe of somebody is in a caregiver position or they're working in a healthcare profession where they're providing care, or there's some sort of like hospitality going on, that you're being a recipient of hospitality, or you're a server, or there's some sort of hospitality environment. We're helping somebody. And it's like calming other people down, argument or a group of people. It doesn't feel like a terrible scenario. It feels more like a game or playful, but a little bit conflicted. And then there is this energy of just sort of redirecting the energy so that it stays, you know, kind of on the lighter end and doesn't become too problematic. So it's like problem solving scenario. Let me get one more card for this. So how will group 2 meet their soulmate? Yeah, it does feel, see how there's other people around, like a work or school, or even if you're remodeling or having, like, this could be a handyman, right? You hire a handyman or movers, and then it turns out to be your soulmate, with this practical details of working together with this 3 of Pentacles energy. So that's really what it's kind of feeling like there. You're definitely not going to be alone when you meet this person. You're going to be either at work or at school or around other people, out socializing, maybe even a combination thereof, or this person will be kind of like, even if you're out socializing, that this person will be working, or they're just fresh off work, or you are, and then that's how, because there's some sort of connection between you know, you working and you socializing, in how you guys meet each other. So there's some sort of an overlap there. So maybe you worked together or go to school together. and then afterwards you all go socializing. You know, like after work, I guess that makes sense. You know, a lot of people get off at 5:36, depending on the time of year, and the sun is going down, and then, you know, it turns into nighttime. Okay, so that's what I'm getting there. Just feels like for some of you, you could maybe not even like this person at first. I think maybe, I think it's hard to imagine that you might not. I think this person will like you first, or like you more at first. I think you might have your mind elsewhere on other problems, other troubles, or other situations, other people. And this person is more of like a peacemaker type individual. And they're basically gonna, you know, talk people off the ledge, so to speak, or, you know, speak peace into the situation, speak calm into the situation, and smooth things over. And I think that's where you kind of realize that, hey, I kind of like this person. I think this person and I are kind of compatible, or that's where you start to feel this person. You might even step in to help this person, or vice versa, them to step in to help you. Because it feels like somebody might be feeling like they're in it alone, or they're having to do something alone and they need help. And like one of you steps in and offers that help. So that's really what I'm getting for you guys for group 2. And thanks for tuning in. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. You can always get a private reading for more information, and that's $1 for 5 minutes over on Keen, so check it out if you haven't already. And I'm going to take it to group 3. You can feel free to stick around for that. Otherwise, thanks, and I will talk to you guys next time. All right, welcome group 3. So if you chose red Jasper, this reading is for you. So we're looking into how you are likely to meet your soulmate, the soulmate that we talked about in the previous video that's over on my channel. Or if you're just now tuning in general, how are you likely to meet your soulmate, or how did you meet them if you already know them. This is a different reading to do. It's kind of interesting to see how it plays out and what the cards have to say about it. So we'll see what kind of clues they will give us, and see what we can figure out. So for those who have chosen group 3, how will they meet their soulmate? Oh, we've got 3 of Swords. So a lot of the answers that we've been getting today have been about when you will meet them, or what will be happening, what will the situation be when you meet them. So we just have to kind of accept what the cards are telling us. So you could be going through a heartbreak, a heartache when you meet this person, or that could be them, okay? Also, I'm getting this connection to healing or healing environments. Some of you could work in healthcare or have to deal with healthcare, or some emotional upset situation at the time that you meet this person. Some of you could be coming out of a third-party situation, but I really feel like for some of you, it might even be referring to like a health scare or something like that. And I don't mean to scare anyone, but the swords can represent surgery as well. So I see we've got more swords energy here. Everything is going to be perfectly okay. If that's the case, if allegedly, you know, this is a health scare type deal. Obviously, you know, it's up to you to figure that stuff out. I'm not a professional in that realm. We're here to do a tarot reading about, when you're going to meet, when you're going to meet this person, or rather, I keep saying when, but how you're going to meet this person. Maybe when should have been asked as well, but timing is fluid, and the cards are not here to hold anybody's hand through life like every step of the way, but instead to give guidance, right? It's nice to know when we can know certain things, details and specifics, but that's not always what we're allowed to know. And what I'm seeing with this, let me get these more on here, is someone, again, this is about helping. So I guess it makes sense. Soulmates come in to help one another one way or another. They might not help us in the way that we expect them to or want them to, but they show up anyway to do their job anyway, in the way that they are meant to or guided to, or in the way that, you have manifested them to, whether again intentionally or unintentionally, because that's what's been the theme here. Somebody's heartbroken, has experienced grief, trauma, or loss here, and then we have this person coming in, this Queen of Swords energy, strong air sign energy and earth sign energy here, coming in and attending to the situation. Now, the Queen of Swords could be somebody here is going through a divorce. So again, when you're likely to meet this person can be when you're going through divorce, they're going through divorce, or there's some sort of connection. For all we know, you could bump into each other outside of the divorce attorney's office or something along those lines, right? Or bump into each other outside of your doctor's office or something along those lines with this. But the main thing that we're seeing with this situation, as it will be, when you meet this person and how you will meet them, is that somebody's going through a painful separation or a heartbreak here. And that's really sad to see, and I'm sorry to see that for you guys. Okay? If that makes sense or resonates, then you'll know that this reading is for you. If it's confusing or causes too much, undue fear, then maybe choose a different group. But what else I'm getting is about how you're going to meet this person is that it's likely going to be a female or feminine energy here. The Queen of Swords, so this could represent you or your person or someone else that's present at the time. It does feel like there's more than one person present when you meet this person. It's not like you're going to meet, like, for example, I'm not getting that you're going to meet this person on a dating app or something. It's more like you're out in public or you're in some sort of a group setting where there are other people. And one of them will be a self-sufficient person who's very honest and very blunt. And I'm getting this energy of the law, something to do with the law can be connected to this, because that's Queen of Swords, and Queen of Swords is about, it's like the King of Swords energy. Somebody that is connected to legalities, like a judge, and not, if not technically, it's still that sort of energy. Somebody that prefers justice over fairness, an eye for an eye, and somebody that's very practical and like a problem solver and things of that nature. This is this energy. So a setting like that, perhaps, where there's a teacher, could be a teacher-tutor situation, or students tutoring one another, or like a group study session. But I do feel like this is a confident person, and this is a guarded person as well. Very fair and very logical, but also has a very sweet and gentle heart. Especially when they see somebody that is hurting. So you'll be dealing with someone like that, or behaving that way towards another person when you meet this person. And it will be coming from a place of benevolence. So it feels like this is you reciprocating the kindness that you received, or reciprocating the same that you received, because it's the Six of Coins. So this Queen of Swords is going to be The Six of Coins is you scratch my back, I scratch yours, equal give and take. So she's going to be doing that. Like, you were there for me in a tough situation, I'm going to be there for you in a tough situation. Or somebody once was there for me when I was down and out and sad. So even if this was a stranger, you know, you and your person could be strangers, but they could have some kind words for you or something thoughtful and insightful to say to you. I'm also getting a coffee shop for some reason. Yeah, but it would be like that, right? Somebody you don't know, maybe you're waiting in line or waiting next to them, and then, you know, they say something thoughtful or insightful, or they just notice that maybe you're having a tough day, or you notice that about them, and then something is said, and it's rooted in, first of all, karma, because this is a soulmate, so this is someone that you will have dealt with before in some other realm. So it could be, you know, you reciprocating, you know, their kindness, or just doing for them because you care, even though you don't know them well in this life. You know, if this is a new person, then you would still do that and be motivated from that place. But it also can just be somebody that's reaching out to be there for someone that just looks like they're in need, and doing it because, for one, it could be their job and they're used to doing that for people. Or it can be that they feel like just that it's needed and it's the right thing to do. But again, it does feel like a community space. It does feel like there are other people around. It does feel like a place of sharing and support. It's interesting. I'm also getting that scene from Terms of Endearment where Deborah Winger is in line and she doesn't have enough money to pay for her groceries, and her kids want candy, and she doesn't want to tell them no because she's just fed up with telling them no and just fed up with being poor and broke anyway. And I mean, that's the movie. This is an example. Maybe you resonate, maybe you don't. Bottom line with it is that she's doing that, and then the man behind her, John Lithgow, just basically steps up and pays for all her groceries. So it could be some sort of an altruistic gesture like that. Not saying that this person, your soulmate, is going to step up and do exactly that, but it almost feels like that. Maybe they'll buy your coffee for you. You know, that whole pay it forward kind of thing. Even if they don't know you, like they're going to do something. Somebody's going to do something for someone else. Somebody knows what it's like to be hurting, and they're going to want to come to, like, be of service and do the right thing because they know what that's like. And as a result of that, you know, you connect as a result of that, is basically what it is. So this is really all I'm getting for you guys. Thank you for tuning in, Group 3. I appreciate you. Hope that was helpful. I intend it was good for you. Was it good for you? It was good for me. And I will talk to you guys next time. If you'd like that private reading, it's $1 for 5 minutes on key and link down below. And if you'd like a private video recorded reading, that information's below the video as well. Talk to you guys next time.